Okay, let me invite her. Hi, Izzy. Hey, Tabby. Hello. Hi, guys. I'm waiting for Brittany to jump on, and we're going to do a little TikTok with TikTok. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. This is Instagram. We're waiting for Brittany. We're going to do a little Instagram live with a special guest. Hello. Hi, how are you?
How good?
Good. Brittany, Noel, Brittany. It's so nice to
Hi,
meet you.
Noel. I ordered bracelets.
Oh, she said she loves your bracelets. She said thank you.
Welcome. They are supposed to come in on, I believe, Saturday. So when I get them, I'll post a picture.
Cool. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. So you guys, Brittany, and Noel wanted to come on all together and answer questions and just kind of talk. And first of all, Brittany, will you introduce yourself to us?
Okay. Hi, my name is Brittany, everyone. I was born with cerebral palsy, and in my case, that just means I walk with the assistance of a walker. My case is really boring, in my opinion, but everyone else seems to think it's interesting. But I've had CP my whole life. I'm 34, so had it my whole life, know nothing different. And I consider it my gift to help people with or without disabilities to realize that just because you see somebody with a disability doesn't mean they have to be treated differently.
That's awesome. We love that message. That's what we're trying to teach too, huh? Yes. Awesome. So, Brittany, you said you're 34?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So, did you
Would
were you in school? Were you like in a typical classroom, or what kind of classroom setting were you in?
Okay, so I had a hard time in like middle school going from class to class. So that was difficult for me. But when I got to high school and got the hang of it, I actually did better in high school than I did in middle school. Like high school was a breeze. That wasn't really much work. But middle school was a challenge at first. But I overcame it. I was actually the first person with a disability to ever join the cheerleading squad.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
I was the first person that did that, and I had a principal that had a daughter that I found out later. Her daughter had I believe it was Down syndrome, but when her daughter got to high school, because she saw me be a
Oh.
cheerleader, she joined, and he told me that later in life, and I was like, I just thought I looked cute in a uniform. Like that was my whole thing. Uniform looked cute. It's my favorite color. And my mom was a cheerleader, so I wanted to follow in her footsteps. It wasn't so
Yeah.
much, oh, let's make a difference. I just wanted to follow in my mom's footsteps, and so I did it.
Yeah. That's awesome. And I'm sure you can relate to that, Brittany, that sometimes you do things just because you want to and not because you're trying to be an inspiration or make a difference. You're just living your life, right?
Exactly. Like when people tell me I'm an inspiration, I often am like, for what? Like I got mean, thank you. But my friend's like, just take it as a compliment. But I'm like, I didn't do anything.
How do you feel when people say you're an inspiration? Yeah, Noel's like, I'm just here, just
Yeah,
doing life.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and Noelle's like you. She's like a people person, though. She loves talking. She loves to talk about herself. But it's like she'd
Yeah,
probably be doing that anyway.
yeah. Like, I started my YouTube channel, Miss Love and Life. I started doing that because I told a friend, and it's actually his reason for the channel. We were having a phone session, and he was like, Brittany, what's your biggest worry in life? And I said, not making a difference in the world. And he goes, wow, way to make me feel like I'm not doing enough. And I said, well, that's make a difference in the world. And he said, you should start a YouTube channel to show people like how you live and talk about CP. And at first, I was not really keen on the idea because I hate the way my voice sounds on camera. I'm like, oh God, I hate it. But then he was like, make a difference. Hate how your voice sounds on camera. Make a difference. And so it was like, all right, it got me there. So
Yeah, and
I start.
Brittany, just so
Yeah,
you know, you're not the only one who hates how their voice sounds on camera. I hate how my
no,
voice sounds on camera too.
I hate it. Hate it.
Every time I listen to myself on a playback, I'm like,
Oh yeah.
I really sound like that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Same way. And I did a video recently where I was talking about somebody that really admired me or inspires me, sorry. And I got tongue tied talking about him and I was like, uh and little did I know he went and watched the video and I was like but it was good. A little like, ooh, I hate the way I sound.
Oh, well, I love what you said about you cannot do something because you're worried about, like you said, how your voice sounds, or maybe you don't think your content's good enough, or this or that. You can come up with 1,000 reasons to not do it, but then you're not going to make impact. And that's something that we've
Yeah,
done is that we've just done it. Like we just do it.
yeah,
One night my niece was here and she said, wait, you only take one shot for your stories? Like you don't do more than one? And I was like, if you think the content I'm producing was on my third or fourth attempt, like I'm really bad at this. I'm like,
yeah,
she's laughing at me. Noelle's laughing. I'm like, no, I literally just post it. Like I just want to make impact and I just want to make a difference. And that's what's important.
yeah. I mean, if I clearly screw up and I have to go back and edit it, I will. But I try to like keep the content as fresh as I can. Now, I will shoot stuff in advance. Like if I know I'm gonna do something that I want on my channel, I will shoot it and get it out later. I have done that for scheduling reasons, but it's never, oh, let me go back and redo it. Like, I try not to do that. Mostly because if I do that, I will sit there and critique every little thing and find something wrong with it.
Yeah. Absolutely. So you guys watching, do you guys have any questions for Brittany or for Noel? This is like, we wanted this to kind of be a question and answer. What's great is
Yeah.
that I would love to hear Brittany's perspective on any of your questions. Noel, do you have any questions for Brittany? She's like, no.
It's not that interesting.
Our camera is kind of blurry. I don't know. It's probably mine because our internet is not great. Hey, Valentina. You finally got your bracelets.
I really well, I'm just seeing a lot of eyes.
Hi, hi,
Hi.
So, Brittany, did you go to college or do you have a job or anything?
I did not go to college. I did for the longest time want to pursue acting because there was never anybody that looked like me on TV, and I am one of those people when I see a person that is able-bodied play a person with disabilities, they seem to play it that they're sad about it, all that stuff. So for the longest time, I wanted to do that. And I still would love to do that, but my biggest thing is I eventually, when COVID is calmed down a little bit, because I do have a compromised immune system, I want to be able to school and talk to little kids, because I think it starts from little kids and then you move up, because I myself answering questions from little kids, but the parents are like, what'd she say? Like they're trying to listen but not listen, but they want to know the answer, but they're too afraid because they're afraid I'll be like upset and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Well, that would be amazing.
But for the longest time, I worked in a movie theater, and that was while I was in high school. And then I worked retail at Old Navy. So I've pretty much done retail my whole life, pretty much of having a job. And I got burned out. So right now, I'm taking a little break focusing on the YouTube stuff.
Yeah, Valentina says the parents don't let them ask questions sometimes.
Oh, yeah, no. Or the parents want to know the question. They want to ask the question, but they have the kid ask the question, and the kid's like, I don't care. I've had that happen. The kid's like, my mommy wants to know this, or this. And I'm like, petrified. And I'm just like, yeah, this is how you do it. And hope that answered. Like, I those people that I would answer 20 questions. Can we do it where we're sitting down and I'm not looking up at you because I'm really short? I'm only 5 foot. So I'm always like, can we be eye level? Because I'm short.
Everybody keeps saying we're blurry and glitchy, but you're not, Brittany, so you just keep talking.
It doesn't
What
help
would you
that
tell?
we.
Oh, go ahead.
It doesn't help that we're having a rainstorm here where I'm from, so that could be the problem too.
Yeah, and we live in the middle of, well, we're a little far from town, and so our internet is just terrible, isn't it? Yes. So what's the best way for people to ask you? I have a question, Brittany. What's the best way for people to ask you questions? Like if they see you out and about.
just come up and ask. No harm,
Yeah.
no foul. Come up and ask. I'm not gonna bite. I've never bitten anyone's head off so far. I mean, I'm not gonna bite.
Let's see. One kid wanted to ask me a question once, and the parent said, "Don't say anything."
And I think that's the biggest mistake, because how are you gonna get a kid to accept everything if they can't ask? And the questions from kids are usually, "Hey, can your walker do tricks? Can I try your walker?" With the kids, they're more concerned, can the walker do a trick? And I just happen to be on it. They want to play on it, sit on it. They can
Oh,
care
that's
less.
awesome.
They're just like, "Can I play with that?" And I'm like, "I kind of need that." They
Oh
just
man.
play with it.
Yeah. The reason I started doing this is because in elementary school, one of the kindergartners told Noel's nurse that she thought Noel was a zombie. And I'm like, that's so
Oh
sad. So every day this little kid is going down the hall and sees sweet Noel, and she's like, here comes the zombie. And I'm like, it's just because
no. Yeah.
nobody's told her that she's not a zombie. She's a
Yeah.
sweet little girl. And I was like, somebody
Yeah.
has to tell them. Somebody has to tell them that Noel's not a zombie, and let them ask questions and let them know what's going on.
Exactly.
Noel's kicking back. She's taking a little break.
Yeah,
There
I
she
saw
comes.
that. They're taking naps. I saw the TikToks and I was like, I have to follow these two. I just was giggling so hard. My mom was like, "What's so funny?" And I showed her, and she couldn't help it. She's like, "Now that's funny."
Which one was it?
So I think it was like the 9 to 5, and then the "Do you want to build a snowman?" And then I shared the "Don't that mom" one on my personal Facebook page, because I can't tell you how many times I've actually seen it, and then they look at me and they're just like, and I'm like, yeah, I, and it's not so much for me. Like, I don't always have to use my handicap sticker, but I think of people like Noel. I think,
Yeah.
well, if somebody is in a wheelchair, you know, that handicap spot is a big deal.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting in, and if they're powerized wheelchair and say, like, their batteries attached and they've got to get in their vehicle quickly, so I've actually gotten out of my car, or not my car, my parents' car, and my mom and I have said something, and we're like, "Do you feel good about yourself?" And they're like, "No, we'll move." So I've actually gotten people to move. Not so much for me, but I think, okay, if someone who's more, needs this spot more than I do, and they can't get it because, it's already taken up by an able body. Now, I won't lie, I love my handicap placard, and I do use it. It's not time, but I use it, especially in concerts or downtown, because I live in Austin. So you can bet I use that placard when it comes to downtown. I don't want to.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, handicap sticker, score.
Oh, that's so funny. I love Austin. I've been to Austin and I love it.
Yeah,
It's such a cool city.
yeah. I love it too. I just hate downtown parking. That I'm really.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you liked that reel. I literally just thought of it the other night when I was picking my daughter up from practice, and I was like, Lily, you want to film me doing this?
It was cute. I have to say, I also loved your funny moments thing where you're like talking about including people, and then somebody threw something at you or something, but you fell over.
Yes.
I loved it because that would have not been graceful. Like you were all graceful about it, and I was like, that would have not been the most graceful fall.
Oh, it was funny because we were pretending. I was pretending to fall, like I was pretending to do it, and then I literally fell, and it was the funniest thing ever. So you guys, if you're
So
just hopping on, we are chatting with Brittany and hanging out, talking. She has a YouTube channel. Tell them again what your YouTube channel is.
my YouTube channel is called Miss Love and Life, and I have it on my shirt.
Oh,
So
cool.
I don't know if anybody can see that, but it's on my shirt, and
Yeah.
I post videos once a month, and when I get more into it, it'll be more frequent. I just didn't want to post overload people, so they got sick of my channel.
Yeah.
Thought I would get bored if I had post every single thing. I thought you guys would think, oh, she's boring.
I feel like we've gotten to that point where we're like, what else do we post? I don't know. And like things that you think are normal and everyday, other people, like we did the TikTok of how
Except,
Noel takes a shower, and it got like
yeah,
16 million views. I was like, I didn't know 16 million people cared.
yeah,
Did
it's
you?
like getting. Noel's probably just like, don't drown me.
She's like, yep, yep. Just the other day, I realized that her face could get wet.
Oh,
You don't like it though, do you? She hates it if her face gets wet, but I'm like,
now,
you can get your face wet. You breathe out of a hole in your neck, you're fine.
yeah, exactly.
What'd you say?
Now, Noel, how annoyed.
Wait, what'd you say?
Now, Noel, how annoyed were you when your mom came in playing Do You Want to Build a Snowman? Were you annoyed?
Remember when I did that on the snow day? When I was all, do you want to build a snowman? Were you annoyed or was it funny? Funny.
Because I would.
Do you think I'm funny
Oh, you are much.
or annoying? She thinks I'm funny.
See, that song. My siblings love that movie, and I can't stand the music. And my siblings are, they're older, or they're not older than me, but they're not little kid age. And they're like, do you want to build a snowman? And I'm just like, get away from me. No, I don't.
That would be Noelle with her little sister and JoJo. Because Noelle loved JoJo for the longest time. And you used to love her? Oh, then she got older, but her little sister loves her. So she's constantly singing JoJo and watching JoJo, huh? Yeah. Let's see. Valentina said, all the time when I go out and get a lot of stares, and once a guy almost bumped into a wall just because they were staring at me as if I was a zombie. I just look at them and smile, and they leave.
Yeah. I've had
So
people stare. I've had people stare at me, and I really don't care. Um, Now, my sister, she will like start acting like she's gonna bow up to, and I'm like, "What's wrong with you?" And she's like, "I don't like when people stare at you. It's rude." And I'm like, "So what? You give mean looks every time they look?" And she's like, "Yeah."
That's like Lily, huh? Yeah.
I'm
Her
like,
big
"Okay."
sister Lily does the same.
I just roll my eyes. I'm like, "You look like a dork doing that, but okay, I love you."
Oh my gosh. Oh, well, I'm gonna have to go get kids soon from school. But we
Okay.
loved this. Thank you so much. Like, this is such a great idea and so awesome to like get to know you guys more and like hear your perspectives because yes, I give Noel's perspective, but that's just one person of many. So I thank you so much. And you're hilarious, and I'm definitely gonna go watch all your YouTube videos.
Thank you for agreeing to do this.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to do it again too, for sure.
Yeah.
What did you say? Noel said tomorrow. Oh,
But I
you're so
love
funny.
you, Brittany, and I will get more, and I will post a picture when I get mine. I'm hoping it's the
Yes.
purple one. Purple.
Okay, well, I have some play in that. So purple. I will definitely look for a purple one for you.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, it's so good to hang out and talk with you. And you guys go check out her Instagram and her YouTube channel and go see what life's like in her neck of the woods down in Austin. All
Okay.
right. Bye, Brittany.
Bye, guys. Bye, Noel. Don't run anybody over.